What's going on, my friends? I hope you guys are well. I'm doing well, just staying busy. I've been busy with a brief here that I've got to do for March 14th. It's guitar tension with Western outlaw feel. As simple as this is, it's hard. I don't know what it is, and I think it's because I make things hard anyway. I tend to make things too hard, and that's just what I do. I sometimes will overanalyze things, and it's just not. Something I could overcome would be great. You gotta learn to tackle things in a different way if you get like that, and it's hard. If you're like that, like me, you just have to kind of sit down and just tackle it and go, I've got this. But you've got to, one thing I'll tell you, when you get these music briefs, you've got to pay attention to details. Details are key. Every detail, down to how long the track should be and everything. Because I've screwed that up before myself, and in fact, I just recently did. I'll talk about that in another video. But what I wanted to get on and talk about here real quick is I've watched a couple of videos. Dave Croft talked about this and did an amazing job. Marlon Gibbons talked about it. And I just think it's something to pass on and talk about. I think it's cool. If you're not following those guys, you should. And if you want me to put links to their YouTube channels below, I will. But how do you measure success when it comes to anything in life, especially the music industry? How do you gauge success? What is success to you? What is it you want in life that dictates success, and what are you willing to do to get success musically? And this is a long game. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You better be patient, but you got to be willing to work, and you will see results, and I know that you will. Excuse me. There's another channel that I follow. Hold on. I've just recently started following. It's called Venus Theory. He's a really good ambient artist, but he talked about the other day how, and he has a video, and if you follow him or know him, it's called Venus Theory. Go watch his video. It said, I quit my day job, and here's some things you should know. I think it was like 6 points that I think you should know. And he really hit it home about some things that you need to think about. Now, I'm going to go back to say that, guys, don't be worried, and don't let somebody shame you or worry that you have a full-time job or job around your music. None of that matters. If those people do that, they're not doing anything anyway. Those are all the people that want to get on and run their mouth or say something based on their opinion, but they're probably not working at it as much as you are, doing much in the music business anyway. They just have this image or this thing about you should only be doing it full-time. You're not a real composer, or not real if you're not doing it that and that only. Sometimes it's good to be doing other creative things to have that diversion. He also made a point that said that sometimes it's good to be doing something else that you're doing that makes you look forward to doing that in a day as a diversion or something. Some people don't want to do it full time, and that's okay. They feel it might kill their creativity because they get burned out easy. They may start hating it because they're doing it for a living. And that's preference. That's okay. That's totally up to you. I put full-time hours into my music. A lot of hours. But I work part-time just to get out of the house. I contracted for a courier service. And I make really good money doing that, along with my music income. And there's nothing wrong with that. So basically, I'm running two businesses because that's kind of a business too. I am self-employed through and through everything I do. I am not employed by anybody. I don't have a 9-to-5 where I've got to go, work 7 to 4 or whatever it is, and then I'm confined to that. It's not that. I can take the time off I want to do these things, and I work very hard to do that. Before going full-time into my music and doing this, I ran a business. I had a flower shop for years, and I want to talk about I made good money, but the stress was more than I could handle. I wasn't happy. I had a business with 6 to 7 employees with 2 vans running the road. And it boils down to you got to do what makes you happy in life. But whatever you do, don't just jump ship off your job until you know for a fact that you're secure. In other words, this is a business where if you're self-employed, no matter what you do, you've got to set back for those rainy days. You're going to have to set back, and you have to be very strategic. You're going to have to pay tax estimates, But you have to be thinking about some things. This is what the guy in that channel, Venus Theory, said. And that guy, when you listen to him, he's got the ultimate voiceover radio voice. God, I almost wonder if he's just lip syncing over that. Those people tend to have a really cool voice. But anyway, he made a point. It's like, be thinking about what you're willing to give up or sacrifice. Think about what you require to live on. Like if you desire a bigger house, or you have kids or big expenses, a lot of responsibilities, it takes a lot. It's going to take a while to get yourself, but there's not just music licensing, but there's so many other things that you could be doing in music that could make, in a combination, a really good living. You can teach, you can custom write tracks for companies or do things, you can write songs for artists, sell beats like these hip-hop artists do. There's so many things that you can do. You've got stock music licensing, and for those who might wonder, I'm not against that. And if you want to be with a PRO, that's okay. That's your business. I don't have anything against that. You do what you want to do. I suggest that you do. And if you follow Daniel with stock music, I can't remember the name of his channel. His name's Daniel. He lives over, I think, he's from Spain, but he's living over in Europe somewhere. But, other than that, but really nice guy. He says you really need to be with a PRO. I told you that the few tracks I've got in Pond 5, I signed up for Pond 5 Publishing. Let them administer that, because that's the best way to do it. I've got a few outlets I'm looking at to do some commercial corporate music that I'm really good at that, and I'm just going to stick it there at Pond 5 and let it go. I don't care. But backing up here, you got to, because I don't want to get off tangent, is that you've got to figure out what you want out of what success is to you. How do you gauge that? And I'll tell you real quick what I think success is. Success, one, is accomplishing what you love and have a passion for in life and being able to make a sustainable living at it. Whatever that living is, that's success. It's not hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or millions of dollars, expensive cars and big houses, and that's not success to me. I'm not a real materialistic person. I don't need that to live off. In fact, I'm trying to, God, if I could get this thing going, I bought a lot up, about 20 miles north of me here. I'm trying to get a house built, and it's going to be a small space, but it's going to be, I get my studio back, because if you've noticed where I've been sitting in some of my videos, it's my dad's office. It's not my house. Very temporarily. It's going to be like a one-bedroom apartment over a garage. And the cool thing about that is that it's an ideal place for me. And I don't like really living by myself, living in big spaces. Now, if there's room there if I got married and she wanted to, and if she wanted to live there. But the purpose of what I'm building is just a half an acre lot. It'll be eventually a guest house and a garage up under it, and area for storage or workshop. If somebody needs to later, you could build another home on it. But there's, that's options for later if I were married. So I just, that's success to me. And you got to think about what you gauge success at, and just know that it's not, if somebody pressures you to success by thinking, well, you're not successful in the music industry because you're not full-time. You work another job. You're not successful. These are the people that don't understand what true success is if they have to pressure you into that. Don't let people do that to you. Don't. Success, everybody's success is different. Some people want to achieve things, they want things. There's nothing wrong with wanting nice cars and big houses. That's your preference. I don't shame that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. But I just wanted to get on real quick and just kind of talk about how I gauge success. I'm thankful that I can make a sustainable living doing that. And I work part-time a little bit to get me out of the house from going crazy. It really does help. More than you know, it helps me kind of take a break and I go work. Sometimes this courier company has me driving, you know, upstate and stuff, but it pays great money. But I also have means to be able to schedule my own time. I can take time with my family. I can go do things. I took 6 weeks off this year to travel around the country. I had a custom-built RV van, and I went and traveled with that. You've seen me talk. It's like, what is he sitting in? It was an RV. In fact, I mentioned it. I love that. In fact, I want to, after I can get this house built and everything done, I want to get back to doing that, and I think that would be cool. But with, gas prices going to where they're going, it's a whole other subject. But, think about what success is to you. Think about what you're willing to do. Don't be, I got to quit my job. I just want to do this music. But you better think about what your situation is. Do you have enough money to be able to, you're living off interest off that money, or have a good savings, a good nest egg? You can maybe get something small part-time and do it full-time hours. You can do that. Listen, I delivered before this courier company, Grubhub, and that's all I did. Grubhub and Uber and just delivering food part-time. And the cool thing about that is I'd get out and go do that, and I've got my music, because I have to put my time into my music. I have a lot of obligations with that. People needing music and things I've got to get done. There are ways to do it, but you have to look at your situation and what you want to do, and you can do it. We're all in this together. Listen, I'm not where I ultimately want to be musically, but I'm getting there. I see the growth, but it's a long game, my friends. And you have to look at one thing. It's very important. I want you to understand. You got to love music, and you got to love this and want to do it. And if you feel like you're getting burnt, just take a break for a little bit. February is kind of a slow month for me because I was in this brief that's kind of slowed me down a little bit. You're going to have things slow you down. You got life. Things happen with life, a few days here, you're going to have things going on. But you can balance it. You can get this done. But you've got to budget your time and do it. But if you love it enough, you're going to set your goals and you're going to budget time. I talked about goals. I set goals. And I may talk about that further later. I think what I want to do, and I talked about this, is I want to get on, just start doing some more live composing. Just if I get that OBS to work and get on there and connect it to YouTube and just compose live, I like doing that. And if anybody's learning how to compose production music, you can watch me do it, Some people may get on and butcher me. I don't care. It's just what I'm doing is getting placements. You got to do what works. It takes time to learn. I'm still learning every day. I may have mentioned that I want to learn and do more and start working on other genres. Maybe I haven't really done dramedy music, and start doing some dramedy. It's not hard. It's just I've been listening to a lot of it and get my head in it. I wrote a couple of tracks that were dramedy, and I didn't even know I was writing dramedy, and they've gotten placements over the years. And I was like, that's dramedy. And I was writing it when I didn't even know what dramedy was. It wasn't, I don't think it was sequenced and done all too well, but it's gotten placements. A lot of Animal Planet Discovery Channel placements, so go figure. It's pretty cool. Sometimes you're doing things you don't realize you're doing it. You just have to go back and revisit it and go, okay, I get it, And it's a lot, that's huge in the music business. Like, okay, I was kind of doing it. It's really not that hard. Let's see if we can get better at it. Underscore was every bit of that. Tension music. I do rock music, different types of rock. I do commercial, corporate rock, pop rock, acoustic type rock type music. It's light. I really love doing that. Tension, underscore, crime tension, and just I want to build off of that. So anyway, I'm getting a little bit long here. I hope you guys are well, and I appreciate you for watching so much. I just want to talk about and touch on that a little bit because if you haven't had a chance to go listen to Marlon Gibbons talk and Dave Croft, very good. Go to that channel Venus Theory, man. He's an ambient artist. That's another genre of music I love. I want to release some really cool music with maybe some guitar and ambient this year and do that. Got a list of things I want to do, I had a goal for 400 tracks this year. Will I accomplish that? I don't know. But that's okay. That's what goals are all about. You can set them. Doesn't mean you have to accomplish them. As long as you're getting progress. If you did what you did the year prior, a little bit more, you're making progress. Goals help you gauge where you're at and help you get into better places. I'm telling you, I used to fight that off. I don't need to set goals. That's just ridiculous. But I'm telling you, it really does help. It helps. Keeps you mentally focused. Sit down and write down goals of what you want to do each year. How many tracks you want to do? I want to sign with 2 new publishers this year. I want to do this many tracks. I want to do these genres of music. And keep it throughout the year. You may have to adjust it. It's okay. We all have to punt the ball. If I told you how many times, even when I had my business before I sold it years ago, if I told you how many times I had to punt the ball, it's like starting over. You'd be like, God, that's just what it takes. That's called persistence. You gotta believe in it. And you gotta love it. And it'll bring you success. But pay attention to the people that are in this business. I watch people successful in this business all the time. Follow them. You go to these conferences. I've said it before. I don't want to be like, he's drilling that. He's like, how many times is he going to say go to the production music conference each year? It has helped my career, my friends. I'm telling you. These are the things. You got to invest in your business. I invest in software and equipment more than I should, but stuff that I invest in that I use and I need specifically for what I do. And which leads to another video I want to talk about is I want to get better into sound design. If I get better into sound design and doing things and sampling things, I may buy less sample packs and do some of the things of my own and kind of get into, because I already take these presets and I work with them and tweak them, and sometimes I'll use them, but I want to get away from just taking the preset and using it, and I want to do more with it. At best, what I do is like with Omnisphere. If you use Omnisphere, I will take different presets and mix them and create my own preset too. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with that. That's a whole nother conversation for later. But anyway, I'm jumping off here. I appreciate you guys. I got some coffee here, getting my day rolling. I got a lot I got to get done here. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much. Be cool. Bye.